Okay, let's talk about the application preferences in Cenima4D. Now we get to it through the menu here, Edit Menu, Preferences, or we can hit Control or Command E, and we get this huge dialog. So let's just take a look at some important ones here. For the interface, if you have different languages installed, they would be here. We just have English installed on this computer. We can change the scheme from dark to light. That's how light looks. That's going to be tough on your eyes if you're working for any length of time. So I usually keep mine at dark. Let's come over to Input Devices. And this is where you can control things like mouse move activation. If you want to install a graphics tablet, things like that, you take care of that here. Over on Navigation, we can control things like reverse orbit. If you're coming from a package like 3D Studio Max, you'll probably want to have this turned on. We can control the speed of our pans, our dolly zooms, and our orbits right here. So if you're finding when you're orbiting around your objects that it's just a little too quick, you can come and dial this down a little bit. And come over to our OpenGL. This is going to have to do with your graphics card and how fast it is. So we can click on here, and I can see all this information about my particular graphics card. Yours will be different. The faster your graphics card, the faster things are going to move along here in the program. Important thing to remember is when you change things here in the preferences, this is going to change it for the program permanently. So when you turn the program off, you turn it back on, these things will still be active. Whereas making changes in the project settings will only make changes for that one particular scene. Let's run over here to Files. So you can turn on autosave here. So if you don't save on a regular basis or if you forget, this is a good thing to turn on. If you're working with other people and you have a specific place that you want to share your textures, you could give a specific location right here. Over in Units, again, when we change the units in project settings, we are changing them for that specific scene that we're working in. This will change it for the whole program, meaning when we turn the program off and we come back, if we had changed this to yards as our unit of display, then when we turn it back on, it's going to be in yards. For your color chooser, you can choose RGB or HSV, or you could choose to use your system color picker. I prefer to use Cenima4Ds. A lot of these other things have to do with add-on modules that you can purchase for Cenima4D, so we won't go into most of these. The other thing that you should take note of are the import-export options, and you can see just how many other programs that Cenima4D works with. It's pretty amazing. So if you have somebody that is working in Maya or 3D Studio Max, you could import and export files so that they could work with what you're doing in Cenima4D. Works with Illustrator. You can import Illustrator and then use those in your project, and we'll talk about this kind of stuff a little later. So the application preferences are a very important part of getting set up here in Cenima4D, but typically once you have it set up, you're not going to be coming back here and making many changes.